Hi, it's day 3, and I'm Jane. So this idea of tenderness having some connection with or requiring tenderness, requiring this quality of being all in, keeps coming up. So I am like, my ideal is to be fully expressed, to just be unapologetically myself, to feel comfortable being that in the world. And that's what I want for everyone. That's the kind of world I want to live in, where everyone is expressing who they are fully. It's the world I want to help create. I mean, because that's interesting. That's when people are in their genius. But most of us don't. And yesterday, when I was talking about kind of like the wounded expression of the masculine and feminine, when the feminine is wounded, it comes out like there's no, as not having a voice, right? It's like there's no resistance, but there's also no real expression, authentic expression. And with the wounded masculine, there's a voice, there's expression, but it creates resistance, because it comes off as like trying too hard, or competing, having power over. So the idea of being unapologetically yourself, it's like, to me, that's like the perfect marriage of the healthy masculine and feminine. The unapologetic part is that feminine aspect. It's saying, I'm just going to be, and I don't care if you persecute me, you don't have to accept me, like there's no harm either way. I'm just going to be in this moment and have no fear, no resistance. And then the expression part, is the masculine. It's actually saying, this is me. I'm delineating who I am from everyone else, and I'm going to have a voice. And that's beautiful. I picked a card today that really highlighted that again for me. It's Ostara. She's a goddess of fertility, and she's often celebrated and associated with Easter, the resurrection, and the spring equinox, when the day and night are perfectly balanced, and it's a time of greater light coming. It's the spring. It says it's the perfect time to start new projects, access new ideas, and give birth to new conditions. So when I think of night and day, I think of the sun and moon. I think of masculine and feminine. So I love the idea, again, of this time where there can actually be a full expression of the masculine and a full expression of the feminine. Again, it's not a balance, meaning we're half one or the other. It means we're fully both, each one of us. And I think we're all ready for that world, and we're creating it together. A time when the eagle and condor can soar together, and it's not a competition, but a communion that enhances both. Oh, right. Um, and the other thing that came in today for me was that to fully conceive, we have to allow ourselves to be fully penetrated. Um, I realized that I really, I really want affection. Um, when I think of tenderness, I think of being held, and I think of affection. And I'm seeing that, one of the reasons why I don't feel like I've had it is because I haven't been recognizing the ways that I've been pushing it away. Like, I haven't been allowing life to feed me, to penetrate me, to come fully in. It's like so it comes up a lot with sexuality, like with the opposite sex. So, if a man is attracted to me or smiles or, whatever, gives me attention, I often don't feel comfortable. It makes me feel like I have to turn away. I judge it. It creates what I would call a negative feeling inside me. And that's interesting, right? Because, as long as I feel safe, if I'm physically safe, if someone is attracted to you, that's just nothing but a compliment, you know? But I realize that anxiety or the resistance comes from the idea that I feel like I need to, that it's a debt. That if someone gives me attention, they're expecting something in return. And this goes beyond sexuality. It's even, and everything, like my parents and my friends. It's this kind of core lie that lives inside me that says, if I receive something, I better do something to deserve it. And that's sad. That's a shame, right? Because of course I'm going to be very stingy about what I give too, if I really believe that like you need to deserve it for me to give to you, or if I give to you, then there's some kind of like hidden attachment. Like sooner or later you better give to me, or something's not right here. And it doesn't allow me to just receive all of the love that's life is giving to me in all these different ways, through all these different people and through food and sunlight. And then it makes me feel hungry. And then when I do enter an intimate relationship, it's like there's so much pressure for that person to give you everything. I feel like in this culture, it's sanctioned for, women to expect to receive all this affection from like the man in their life. But it's not meant to be given from one person, and it also confuses. It's created confusion in me over desire. It's like I desire touch, I desire affection, but that doesn't always necessarily mean it has to be sexual. But I realize that the times I'm so used to only fully receiving or asking for affection through sexuality that, I wonder how many times I've been sexually involved with people that maybe just should have been friends, because that was the way I allowed myself to be held. And yeah, that's it's disturbing, so I'm really excited to just start noticing this more. And like even today I noticed I was taking a walk in this community, and a guy with two kids like passed by, and he smiled, and I felt awkward, and I noticed myself kind of like doing a quick smile and like turning away. But I even did it to a woman. It's like, so just to notice it and really fully allow myself to receive all the every kindness, because there's so much beauty, you know, in the world, and I don't have to do anything to let it in. And also to realize like how intimately it is connected. If I want to fully express myself, I need to be filled up. I can't expect it to birth something that's full and juicy if I'm not allowing myself to be penetrated in a juicy way, right? So there's no need to wait for that. There's no need to wait for some perfect condition. Like, oh, when I'm in this like fantastic relationship that's full of passion, then I'll have like the creative energy to create something beautiful. It's like, no, fuck that. You know, there's creation is happening all the time. We're like everything is trying to have sex with us. Everything is competing for attention, and we are giving our attention all of the time. So yeah, just to be conscious of that process and to love it and to enjoy it. Yes. Till tomorrow.